All right, I'm doing this one from the couch with my ladies. Let's Get High and Read the Bible. It's brought to you by Magic Medicine Marijuana. Are you going to say hi, Elle? Did you say hi? Nope, she's not. Let's do this shit.
Yeah, that's lovely.
It's
There we go. Holy Bible. Oh, I don't want an app. I just want fucking. Can you just open it, please? Is that cool? Oh, U version. That's right. I always forget what that fucking thing is called. Shut up.
The humor is great, though.
What?
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, Bible.
Yeah. There we go. Home.
Home.
By the... You heard of Morphine, the band?
Yeah. I don't think I could hum you any of their tunes, but we're going There we go. What are you not using the iPad?
No, I'm not using the iPad.
Use your phone?
Nope, use another laptop.
Another laptop to read the I should just
Hey, why don't you stop judging, Judgy?
No, I was just gonna buy you a Bible. Have it sent up there.
No.
What are you gonna say? You think I'd judge you? Come on.
I don't want that blaspheme in my house.
Here. You know what? You know what? Don't put that evil on me, Rick and Bobby.
Seriously, you know what I'm saying? Read the Bible.
I like baby Jesus. 8 pounds, 2 ounces Jesus.
Here we go. Okay, here. Nope. Haha. Suck it.
Suck it.
He has arrived. He is risen.
Yeah.
What are we doing today?
Mark 15. The Pilate tries Jesus. This is now going to be the trial and crucifixion of our Lord and Savior.
Stake him to the wood.
He might be a vampire.
I
don't know. That wasn't as funny as I wanted it to be.
I was speaking gibberish. I don't know what the hell that was. I'm gonna stake him to a piece of wood. Man, I've been getting down with some Dan.
I've seen the clips you sent me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot to learn.
Not the Almighty. Not the one and only living God.
It's a very interesting. Yeah, not one single image of God is cohesive in the Bible. No.
And I want to just unpack this because Katie was just asking me about what are you guys reading today? I don't know why I made her voice like that because it's like that should be my voice for the description because I just barf all over her whenever I'm like, she'll ask me, hey, what do you guys? And I'll be like, can I talk about it? You know, because it's like nobody wants to talk about the Bible.
Religion is very divisive. Me and you want to talk about it. Yeah.
No, it's not divisive. She just doesn't care.
It's just, sure. The root is divided. Inside her, she has an annoying aunt, a mom. You know, all of us have some character in our life that has just burned it out in us. And we're like, no more.
Okay. But also, she just doesn't care. It's not like she's been burned out on it. She just doesn't. I mean, she doesn't care about what I have to say.
Oh.
You're way too deep into this. Yeah. You're deep in the trees, and she's in the parking lot with the car running.
Yeah, she's like, I'll wait till the movie's done, kids.
Yeah, but I told her, okay, and this is like going through this again, and we might have already talked about this, but the part where I spent 18 years going to this room with these people telling this story where they make Pilate out to be this kind of guy who's like, hey man, I don't want to fucking hang this dude. I don't want to staple this guy to a fucking the fucking tongue depressors, you know. Let's just let's chill out, man. Like they're almost making him out to be like the dude, you know. Like it's like, there's a lot of moving parts here. What about Barabbas,
really
man?
The room together, man.
And the part where, you know, like, I'm pretty sure my dad doesn't realize that in rye it's not serious. right? It's not
the Bible. Is that what you mean?
The King of the Jews that's on top of the cross. The INRI.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Right? It says INRI, whatever that means, right?
Yeah.
In the Catholic Church, on the crucified, on the cross with Jesus,
shredded
at
Jesus.
The top of it, shredded Jesus.
Always shredded.
Yeah, 10-minute abs. Yeah, 10-minute abs Jesus. There's always not always, but in our church, there was this plaque at the top of it, above him, said INRI, INRI, and it means King of the Jews. So that's on there, and my dad is oh, that means King of the Jews.
Yeah,
because he was the King of the Jews.
Tacitly, they're admitting that he was the King of the Jews.
No, he's admitting that he doesn't know that it was a ploy by. It's just fucked, man.
He doesn't know that was a dig, that was a joke, that was a slam.
Exactly.
That was
exactly. Well, and maybe he does, and I shouldn't talk poorly, but it's but I didn't figure that out really. And the part where they want him crucified, they're dude, it's really, it's all fucking backwards, and I never really understood it. Maybe I was just a dense, North Ender who was just I don't know. It's kind of distressing to get perspective this long after having heard the story for so long.
Yeah, and we'll have to do Matthew again, but this would be technically the last account. So right now, after today, you'll have read all 4 accounts in the Bible we have of Jesus' trial and crucifixion. So here's all of the evidence we have, here's all the evidence the Christian church for thousands of years is right here. And it's so sad that it seems like most humans just use this book to boister up or shore up in them what they already believe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just confirmation bias is how that's called. Is that what Dan calls it?
It's a good.
Did I just make that term?
No, that's it. No, that's it. No.
Fuck. Maybe.
But it did sound pretty big brain.
It did.
Good job.
They call that the confirmation bias. Okay. All right. Jesus in front of Pilate. I was going to make some sexy joke about opening Pilate's robe or something. It's a little early for that.
It's a little. We're using it. The coffee's not even done yet.
Oh, I've had 4 cups. I'm in deep, dude. I'm percolating.
You can see one still in there.
I'm gonna have to pee before long. So, and then I'll refill again. This is Mark 15. Jesus before Pilate. Very early in the morning, the chief priests with the elders, the teachers of the law, and the whole Sanhedrin made their plans. So they bound Jesus, led him away, and handed him over to Pilate.
Okay.
Are you the king of the Jews? Asked Pilate. You have said so, Jesus replied. The chief priests accused him of many things, so again Pilate asked him, aren't you going to answer? See how many things they are accusing you of? But Jesus still made no reply, and Pilate was amazed. Wow, this Jesus is kind of a cool dude.
Quietness, right?
Wow.
No reply. You're being tried for fucking sedition, and you don't say shit.
Do you want me to release to you the king of the Jews? Asked Pilate, knowing it was out of self-interest that the chief priests had handed Jesus over to him. But the chief priests stirred up the crowd to have Pilate release Barabbas instead. What shall I do, then, with the one you call the king of the Jews? Pilate asked them. Crucify him, they shouted. Why? What crime has he committed? But they still shouted, fuck you! Crucify him!
He got some motive.
Yeah. Wanting to satisfy the crowd, Pilate released Barabbas to them. he had Jesus flogged and handed him over to be crucified. Yeah, is this pretty similar to what we read last time? Very. Okay.
Well, not last time. Last time we ended with Peter warming himself by the fire, right?
And the girl coming out going, "Hey,
yeah, right there.
I'll suck your dick."
Right. So he denies Christ. He cries, right? And then,
and again, let's go ahead and like give Peter some. Peter is
only dude there.
And he gets a bunch of shit. But it's not like he's denying him out in the woods, like running the other way. He's denying him in the camp, sticking close by to make sure, if a move's made, maybe he can
It's definitely for survival, instant survival, yeah.
Well,
but at the same time, see, that's the thing. That's negative. That's wrong. That's
what?
Well, because in the story, wouldn't you say that? Because before we read a little bit, there's this thing where Christ tells Peter, like, Peter's being like, "I will never deny you, Lord. I will never turn my back on you, Lord." And Jesus goes, "Before the rooster crows, you'll deny me 3 times."
Yeah,
right?
Well, you know what? Jesus, like, well, okay, so maybe Jesus knows that Peter's the only guy who's going to stick close enough to be in a position to deny him. Like, the other guys, they're not in the fucking story because they bounced. They're like, deuces, yo.
Yeah, John was in John, I believe, right? There's one other guy with Peter here, but the rest of them, it's just Peter.
Okay, I have to piss.
Go ahead.
My teeth are flooding. I'm so sorry. Yeah, okay, I'll be right back. Oh, fuck. And seriously, this whole fucking thing with Pilate, dude, I think every time we got to fucking... It's super important. Like, and again, I don't want to sound like I'm knowledgeable because almost everything I know is due to my esteemed colleague Leif Anderson. So if I'm butchering this and it's wrong, it's his fault. But the part where they're making Pilate out to be this like really good dude.
Yeah.
Leif told me that Pilate crucified so many Jews that Jerusalem complained to Rome, and Rome did something about it.
Yeah.
It's like, so this is not a guy who gives 2 fucking shits about any of these guys. He's like, fucking nail them both up. He's not giving somebody back.
I think we have Roman letterhead, or we have some evidence of him calling them dogs. He considered the Jewish people dogs.
Yeah. Okay, so the soldiers led Jesus away into the palace that is Pretoria.
I don't know either.
And called together the whole company of soldiers. They put a purple robe on him.
Royalty.
What?
The sign of royalty, purple. Prince.
Prince?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're like mocking him, like, "Look, you're king of the Jews."
Okay. Then twisted together a crown of thorns. We don't know better. And set it on.
Like a Seattle deep cut right there. Right. There'll be one person in Bangladesh that gets that.
And they began to call out to him, "Hail, King of the Jews!" Again and again they struck him on the head with a staff and spit on him.
Damn.
Falling on their knees, they paid homage to him. And when they had mocked him, they took off the purple robe and put his own clothes on him. Then they led him out to crucify him. And you were saying something about how they put that robe on after they beat him and they let the blood dry and they yank it off him.
Again, this is all. That's like, I think that's a Sunday school, Baptist Sunday school thing. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
fact check people.
But it would make sense if you're trying to torture someone.
Well, let's not.
Well,
let's stick. Just the facts.
Yeah,
just the facts, sir.
You keep wanting facts out of this, and I'm heartbroken to tell you that there's just not many facts. Well, there's no black and white with the Bible. It's all Nancy Drew. It's all Murder, She Wrote. We're Mr. Belvedere in it. We're Matlocking this shit out. Forever.
No, Matlock has facts, nay?
Yeah. We're gonna have to put that together.
Well, we can't put together facts if they don't exist.
We're going to have to search for the facts.
We can't.
Yes, we can. You always say this. You try to make it black and white. It's not black and white. That's all I'm saying. There's no fucking black and white in the entire universe. There is if you take out everything in between black and white, but there's a lot of colors.
What is this?
The color black.
No. What is it?
A phone.
So we agree on something.
Yes, but this is a Christianese sleight of hand. This is the same logic that I hear from pulpits on Sunday morning. Just because one thing can be a fact, like for instance, I can't both be red and blue at the same time, or pregnant and not pregnant at the same time, which is what
whore.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
So I'm just saying, so an event took place a long time ago.
Sure.
We have talked through the the complexity of the natures of how these documents have made it to us.
I've yet to see the argument here.
There's no black and white. We're going to have to read all this, think about it.
I'm not saying, okay, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, like, why don't we leave out the part that you think you might have heard in Sunday school about them with the thing for the guy in the blood.
On that too, so I don't even know why I took us here. I guess, but
it's like because
but it is a good story.
For something.
Yeah, I'm going. I got high and I don't even know how we started down this path. I'm just like the Bible. We're back.
But I just fucking love the Bible, man. I fucking love this shit.
What's it doing? It's not.
I love the dead gay Christ. And they began to call out to him. Then they took then they led his ass out to nail him to the cross. The crucifixion of Jesus Christ. The crucifixion of Jesus fucking Christ. A certain man from Cyrene, Simon, the father of Alexander and Rufus. I should have named Cole Rufus. It's a fucking dope name.
Cole's pretty badass though.
Coleman's
pretty badass, dude.
Yeah. He's okay. Alexander and Rufus was passing by on his way in from the country, and they forced him to carry the cross. That's really interesting. That, like, I thought that guy just kind of rolled up and decided to.
Yeah.
You.
No, in this one, yeah.
Go to the cross.
And think about it, that means Jesus has been beaten so badly he can't do it anymore.
Oh, is that what the deal is?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jesus supposedly would be carrying his own cross, right? They strap it on his back, and he has to carry it up the hill. That big cross beam.
Again and again, they struck him on the head with a staff.
Ow! 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 My divinity! Ow!
My divinity hurts. They brought Jesus to a place called Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. Then they offered him wine mixed with myrrh, but he did not take it. And they crucified him. Dividing up his clothes, they cast lots to see what each would get. It was 9 a.m. when they crucified him. The written notice of the charge against him read, "The King of the Jews."
Mm-hmm.
They crucified 2 rebels with him, one on his right, one on his left. Those who passed by hurled insults at him, shaking their heads and saying, you who are going to destroy the temple and build it in 3 days, come down from the cross and save yourself. Chuckles.
Fucking
in the same way in the same way the chief priests and the teachers of the law mocked him among themselves. He saved others, they said, but he can't save himself. You know, people say that about me. Let this Messiah, this King of Israel, come down now from the cross, that we may see and believe. Those crucified with him also heaped insults on him. That's how long a process it is. The guys on either side of him get bored and like,
shit. Yeah.
Fuck, dumb fucker,
They're
get
both
down.
dying.
Get us all down, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Cocksucker. Tell you what.
I'll tell you what. They're fucking dying. They're crucified. right next to him. They're still going to take the time to talk shit.
Seriously.
That's fucking crazy.
Save your breath, Jihad. The death of Jesus.
Well, we should also point out, remember, in one of the books, one of those guys like is mad that they're mocking him and recognizes that he's the Christ. Remember that? And then
right.
like, surely today you shall be with me in paradise. But in our earliest witness here, both of them, everyone's just mocking Jesus.
That's a good band name.
Mocking Jesus.
The mocking
Mom,
Jesuses.
I don't mean to be sacrilegious. I don't mean to blaspheme the Holy Spirit.
It's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible.
They were all mocking Jesus.
All mocking the Lord of the universe, apparently. Why? Because they're sinners.
Well, he was an easy target at that point. What's he going to do?
Sinners.
He couldn't really like he couldn't wither from that position. He couldn't really wither. He couldn't point at you.
Yeah, was Jesus all powerful? Oh no, we're getting more thumbs up. We don't mean to be live, but if you found this live, then we're grateful for you listening.
It can't possibly. Did we just get a thumbs up?
Yeah, that's great.
Somebody thought it was hilarious that he couldn't wither because he's nailed
every
to the
time we
cross.
get super bad on Jesus, people give a thumbs up. So
maybe Riverside's listening. They're like, look, we're not going to let you use our platform if you're going to talk this fucking shit. That's blasphemy. Blasphemer!
Well, you kind of get why the narrative about Jesus has to change over the years, though, because this is the earliest witness to his crucifixion, to his life, to his right. So, like in here, Jesus is like kind of helpless. It seems he's quiet. He didn't say much in front of Pilate, and now even the dudes next to him dying are making fun of him. Like that's not a conquering king. So what happens? They're like, no, we don't like that. We gotta fucking.
Well, so
let's make one of
the narrative. The narrative for the Catholics is that he had to die, and he knew that.
Yeah.
Is that that same thing for Christians?
Well, by the time it seems, but we read John 2 weeks ago. That seemed to be the case in there. That he knew all things. He tells his disciples, "The Son of Man must be delivered and up, and for 3 days will be like he's giving like foreshadowing to this. But
right.
He knows. He knows.
Spoiler alert.
But again, that comes possibly 100 fucking years after this book. That's a lot of time between Mark and John.
Gotcha.
So think of it that. So it's like, whoo, shit. So our earliest witness. This is like possibly 70 A.D. People like to say 50, but no.
You're not buying that shit. No one's fucking telling you it was 70.
Well, it's
50,
more like
40.
Paul. All of Paul's books, the Apostle Paul, were written in the 50s, and he never once mentions the Gospels. And if you want to, if he's writing to Christian churches and he's instructing them on like holy behavior, wouldn't you be like, here's the guidebook, it seems like if it was around and important, the most important apostle for spreading the gospel would have at least mentioned them. And we have the glorious gospels of Luke, Matthew, not a single one. So
you think he was just mad because he wasn't there?
No, I think they weren't written yet. I think Paul is the first. I think Paul was the first like super Christian that could also write.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, apparently at noon, darkness came over the whole land until 3 p.m.
For 3 hours there.
And at 3 p.m, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, Ilawa, Ilawa, lema sabachthani.
Almost, dude. That's good.
Which means, my God, why have you forsaken me? Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Well, that's in the Bible, too.
There's a lot of dick stuff. You're not going, yeah. No, this is more fun. Sunday school is great. No, kids. Sunday school's a blast.
Let's see. So there's Sunday school. There's CCD on Wednesday. What's our day going to be?
Let's get high and read. I don't know.
Yeah. When some of those standing near heard this, they said, "Listen, he's calling Elijah." Someone ran, filled a sponge with wine vinegar, put it on a staff, and offered it to Jesus to drink. "Now leave him alone. Let's see if Elijah comes to take him down."
Damn.
With a loud cry, Jesus breathed his last. The curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. And when the centurion who stood there in front of Jesus saw how he died, he said, "Surely this man was the Son of God." What does the curtain mean?
Such a cool... Well, and this is agreed upon by all scholars, that whoever wrote this was trying to he made up an event, because at least this is the only spot we have in history where the curtain of the temple rips. But that curtain was there to separate the outer, the Holy of Holies, the spot where the guy would, and we talked about in episode 1, they tie the rope around his foot in case he touches the altar, he's going to fucking die. You know, they can pull the body out. So that was how Israel atoned for their sins in front of their fucking God, in front of Yahweh. So
the curtain,
when
he's just saying the curtain torn.
So they take a lamb, they sacrifice it, a perfect...
No, we get that. Yeah, so that's the curtain.
So when the curtain tours, now there's no separation between you and God. So Jesus was the last sacrifice that needed to be done in the temple.
Okay.
Or this book was written after the temple was burned and boiled, literally like destroyed. Like it was boiled, like boiling on the Temple Mount. They burned it so fucking hot. So you can't sacrifice the Romans.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone did succeed in trying to overthrow Rome. They got him out of Jerusalem and had about 4 years
his name?
there. It's not. I want to say Hezekiah, the bandit chief.
Liam.
Yeah.
Ian.
Yeah, he was a Sakai. His point being is it started this thing called the Great Roman Jewish War. It only lasted 4 years because that's how long it took Rome to get back there. And by the time they got back there, they just like starved them out, and then everyone killed themselves up in the temple, and then they fucking lit that shit on fire with everyone inside.
Nice.
So, maybe the guy writing this is like, when let's say like to be a Catholic, you have to go to the temple and take the wafer. That's the one thing you have to do. And all of a sudden, there's not a single temple. There's not a single, cathedral, Catholic church anywhere. You can't do that anywhere. Your religion's gonna have to adapt. So now we don't have to sacrifice to Yahweh.
I totally just noticed your sweatshirt.
Oh, yeah?
Fanboy.
I'm such a fanboy. I listen to that shit all day.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Sometimes at the gym, I'll just go from video to video.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently also there were some women watching from a distance, and among them was Mary Magdalene. Mary, the mother of James, was there, the younger, and of Joseph and Solomon. And in Galilee, these women had followed him and cared for his needs, Leif. Many other women who had come up with him to Jerusalem were also there.
Lots of girls.
The ladies.
The ladies loved the JC.
Get monkey.
I think he loved them. Not biblically speaking, though.
He loved to love them?
No, I think they were like the priestesses of his church. I don't think it was like a fucking thing. I think they were like the fucking wine givers.
Whoa. What's with the blaspheme? He was taking him in the butt, Leif, and you know it. Hey, it ain't court if it's in the booty. It's not a sin in the butt.
How dare you? It's insinuating Jesus, our Lord, be having anal sex with these women mere days before. How dare you?
If he knew it was coming, he's like, I'm gonna get
Oh, no.
Don't fool yourself, girl.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, Bob.
Your mom currently knows exactly how funny this is.
I do too. I thought that would help with the.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I'm sorry, Mom.
Yeah, that's gonna be my caca.
Caca. The burial of Jesus. It was preparation day. That is the day before the Sabbath. So as evening approached, Joseph and Arimathea, a prominent member of the council, who was himself waiting for the kingdom of God. Wait, what?
It's a fucking cool little nod to the fucking
end of the world
apocalyptic Jew thing that I love, the zealous Jew thing.
Oh, so it lets you know what denomination he is.
Yeah, essentially, right?
Yeah.
And he was a Baptist who loved. Yeah, exactly.
Again. Who's Joseph of Arimathea? Is that our guy? Oh no, who's Joseph?
He seemed to be like a member of the Sanhedrin or the religious council. He seemed to be he had some credentials in this community. So he breaks ranks with them to come bury Jesus. That's how much of a secret follower of Jesus he was,
Okay. Waiting for himself for the kingdom of God, went boldly to Pilate and asked for Jesus' body. Pilate was surprised to hear that he was already dead. Now that's the first thing. That's probably the first Pilate thing that's real.
Right.
Oh, they fucking killed him already? Oh, fuck! I wanted to watch that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn it! Who's dying now? Who's next?
Yeah.
Anybody next? Is anybody dying now? Can I go?
Crucify? Right. Hey, I'm gonna crucify you.
Oh, open the windows. Think anybody dying out there? Fuck! I missed it. Pilate was surprised to hear that he was already dead. Summoning the centurion, he asked him if Jesus had already died. What? You're fucking kidding me? He's dead?
Yeah.
The guy's supposed to be king of the god. I was going to watch that. I heard there was going to be like a sunburst when he died. So how'd it go? How'd it go? Anything? Nothing? No? All right. When he learned from the centurion that it was so, he gave the body to Joseph. So Joseph bought some linen cloth, took down the body, wrapped it in linen, and placed it in a tomb cut out of rock. Then he rolled a stone against the entrance of the tomb. Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Joseph, saw where he was laid. So Joseph's mom, the Joseph who takes him down, his mom is the Mary that's sitting there.
I think it might be one of the apostles.
A lot of fucking Josephs.
There's a lot of Marys too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Josephs. There's a lot of Marys. There's actually a couple Judases.
Dude, Mary Magdalene is fucking there. Why don't we? God, I'm so mad.
I know. Yeah, you know what I found out too from, I believe it was motherfucking Dan through McClellan, that the whole stigma of her being a whore was fucking tacked on by some priest like thousands of years later.
Yeah.
Like he gives this like a sermon, I believe. I forget Dan knows all the scholar words and they're so big and I'm trying my best to learn them. But
we're cool.
Yeah. So like she was most likely a really successful businesswoman or some type of fucking, the type of woman with the autonomy to be able to follow around and support, a startup, a Jewish magician startup in the desert.
Well, maybe she was like the stripper who was like had a dirtbag boyfriend who was going to be a rock star.
I think that
Dan thinks that there was a business involved, like she was like an actual woman of means.
That's just one of the. That's what like Bart Ehrman says.
One of his lies.
Well, we just assume it's like same thing with like the Apostle Paul was probably came from some money because he could read and write.
Right.
So it's like if homeboy can fucking read and write, it means he wasn't like digging in some salt mine all day.
Right.
So it's piecing shit together with what we got.
It's like getting scraps. It's like
yeah.
And the part where, like you were saying that there was no grammar, there was no punctuation in these things before. It was just like,
It's so interesting. If you go look up the ancient Bibles, there's not a single space between any of the letters.
Yeah.
So it's just like letter, and imagine reading it that way.
Yeah.
And then you would have you have this problem where a lot of the verses repeat themselves. Like that's just kind of like the poetry of the fucking time, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be like the angel of God sent. There'll be a whole little thing about the angel of God. Then it'll be like and the angel of God.
Right.
And so Bart Ehrman says you can consider yourself a scholar when you can explain homeoteleton occasioned by parablepsis, which would be where you can look at a copy of a manuscript and see where a scribe had left out the portion between two of the same words like that. Like, you know, so scribe is copying the Bible and he says angel of God, and then he goes to put his quill in the ink, comes back and leaves out that whole paragraph between the other angel of God he sees on the page. And like, it's like think like how many flaming hoops do we have to jump through? Like linguistically.
I'm not jumping through any, man.
Yeah, that's why you're here. That's why it's fun to be Jeff Redding on this show. You're just gonna caw every once in a while. Right?
My God, why have you foreskinned me? Yeah. It's my contribution to this dog and pony show.
It's like you have enough space from it to be able to make the correct jokes, where the rest of us are like, oh. He said a bad.
He gonna die. He gonna die. Yeah.
But it's sad that, I mean, you know, the rest that's the reading for today. So like, because the rest, I mean, unless you want Jesus, it's only one chapter that he rises from the dead again.
Well, let's fucking rise from the dead, motherfucker.
I love reading the Bible.
Is it 15? Is it 16?
16. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really want to know who Mary, the mother of Joseph, is. That's like a different Mary?
I think it would probably be pretty easy to find. We could Google.
It's such bullshit that like Mark doesn't say shit about. That's the so Mary was there the whole time.
Magdalene.
Yeah,
she's in. It seems. I think so far she's been in all of the accounts we've read. Right, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
But why the fuck? There's no way that like Peter was hanging out and Mary Magdalene wasn't hanging out.
Mary Magdalene, and I think two of them is the one that finds the body too, right? Or the empty tomb, excuse me.
Well,
the
we
non-body.
But no. I mean, but during this whole process, and I'm just talking a bunch of shit. There's no way to know.
No, isn't it crazy? Yeah, a woman, and that should be stated for the time. A woman is in the story. Is a key figure in the story. And
she should have been
an important part.
First fucking sentence.
Read
the Sabbath was okay.
Go no sorry.
Jesus has fucking risen. When the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Solomon bought spices so that they might go to anoint Jesus as his body. Very early on the first day of the week, just after sunrise, they were on their way to the tomb, and they asked each other, who will roll the stone away from the entrance of the tomb? But when they looked up, they saw that the stone...
Dude, look. Did you see what just happened?
No.
I got a thumbs up, and then behind me a bunch of fucking fireworks went off. I took a hit of marijuana that like made me go to a different dimension, and then I saw a different dimension on my screen.
Oh.
Thank you. Thanks for the fireworks.
Who the fuck is doing that?
I don't even care anymore. I love it. Okay. Someone's getting a sneak peek at every one of our podcasts, though. This doesn't come out till Monday.
Yeah, it must be people at Riverside.
No, I bet you. Yeah, I'll look into it.
No, there's no way it's live.
I literally just got fucking confetti and fireworks behind me, bro. I didn't do any of that shit.
Dude. Let's get fucking high and read the Bible. But when they looked up, they saw that the stone, which was very large, had been rolled away. As they entered the tomb, they saw a young man dressed in a white robe sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. "Don't be alarmed," he said. "You are looking for Jesus the Nazarene, who was crucified. He has risen. He is not here. See the place where they laid him?"
Even this angel just admitted that Jesus was from Nazareth.
What do you mean, angel? Where does it say angel?
I don't know. It's a guy in white. I don't know. Sitting inside a tomb, right?
As they entered the tomb, they saw a young man dressed in a white robe.
Handsome young white-robed dude. I don't know. That seems pretty angel-y to me. You've seen Good Omen. That doesn't sound like Gabriel.
I haven't. Which is Good Omen?
Good Omens? Yeah. It's another, I don't know. Point being.
Oh, you mean like, dude.
I mean, whatever he is, he's admitting that Jesus is from Nazareth. And that's kind of insane to me. I've never picked up on that.
What do you mean? What? Because what?
Well, because all four of the Gospels, the one thing they agree on is that Jesus is Jesus of Nazareth, which is this tiny town that's like,
Yeah.
So, but we know that the Messiah has to come from Bethlehem. So it's just this weird contradiction. There's two made up stories to get Jesus to Bethlehem, right?
And then they don't even use it in the closing arguments.
No, right. Yeah. It's just really interesting. Yeah, that's right. Like, so it's like,
yeah,
I don't know that. Maybe.
Well, don't be alarmed, he said. You are looking for Jesus the Nazarene, who was crucified. He has risen. He is not here. See the place where they laid him. But go tell his disciples and Peter, he is going ahead of you into Galilee. There you will see him, just as he told you. No, dude, who the fuck are you? What are you doing in here?
Yeah, wouldn't that be your first question? How do you get your skin so nice?
Is that like a balm? Is that coconut oil? What is that? How'd you get that fucking stone out of the way? You're kind of wee.
Yeah, what happened to that? There was another one of the things the angel moves it and sits on it.
Oh, you know what? We should ask Dan if and I've thought this for quite some time. I think I have an answer for us. A young man dressed in a white robe. I think white robe was mistranslated. I think young man dressed as a white rabbit.
This becomes Alice in Wonderland.
In a bunny suit. No, Easter. I've always thought this, like he dies and they put him in the tomb and then the Easter bunny comes, rolls the rock out of the way, takes the body and leaves eggs. They left the eggs out of this part also. But it's insinuated. The eggs are in place and the guy's in a bunny suit. That makes sense.
You got to look to the Greek. You got to go back to the original translation.
We should be all good here. Yeah.
Good. Everyone, I think they understand.
Dan will confirm. Yeah. We should just start like
making shit up so he'll debunk us.
No, we should just start like misquoting him. No. So I saw one of Dan's things, and he was like, so, or like have a third screen where it's just black and like put Dan. So like he's like, he'll send us a cease and desist.
I think we should try to.
We should just like both just be wearing Data Over Dogma swag hats and sweatshirts. So
just be like, just like saying the worst shit. Well, I think Dan mentioned that the translation it was said here it was his penis.
Yeah, Forsaken is actually supposed to have been foreskin. Jeff was right. I definitely concur.
His whole platform is to stop misinformation, and we're like, I don't think that's a way to make buddies. I want to make buddies with him.
Okay, don't be alarmed, Dan.
Sorry, Dan. By the way, I love all of your classes. I pay so much money a month to take so many notes.
Dan's the guy. I think we should do like let's move on. Trembling and bewildered, the women went out and fled the tomb. They said nothing to anyone because they were afraid.
That is right there.
That's some bullshit.
No, that is right there. The ending of Mark. That is the last in our earliest copies of this manuscript of our earliest fucking witnesses. That's where all of them end. Now, everything else you're going to read was tacked on. We don't know when, but later. Oh, I lost where you were too.
No,
nope.
I'm not lost.
Oh, it's
I'm just
9.
Like, oh, is that why it's in italics?
Probably. I don't have the same version as you, so mine isn't.
When Jesus rose early on the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, because she was fine, out of whom he had driven semen demons.
That's not true. It's not true. You made a lie. You made a fib right there. That's not what it says.
into whom he had driven semen demons. Just fucking third grade shit. Just third grade shit, people. Please don't get offended. It's just third grade shit that I think is funny.
Sometimes it's fun to get high and play some blasphemy, okay? Sometimes it's...
Jesus rose early on the first day of the week, and he appeared to Mary Magdalene, into whom he had driven semen demons. Well, look, if they're making this shit up anyway, why can't I make it my own? Like, tell me. They crucify a dude, first thing you do is when you wake up, he's going to put one on you. Oh, my God, that was good. I needed that.
But see, Jesus says that in heaven they're neither married nor given in marriage. There's literally no sex in heaven. Angels, they're like eunuchs or something.
Check, please. When so she went out, told those who had been with him and who were mourning him. I'm sorry. When Jesus rose early on the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had driven 7 demons. She had 7 demons in her?
Dude,
what the fuck? See, I think that's more blasphemous than mine.
That's what I say. Or someone was trying to discredit how important she was for his ministry.
Fuck that.
She has her own gospel. But we do know, again, we know that this was tacked on.
Yeah.
So talk about fucking sus.
That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I like mine better.
You like what?
My version.
Yeah, your version.
Semen demons.
It would get a lot more views. That's for sure. That's for sure.
And it's more honest.
Well, I don't know. There's not much. I don't know if Jesus was fucking. I don't think there's not even slightly a small amount of evidence that leads to it.
Whatever, dude. Guy walks around with no pants on.
Dude, I spent years on tour not fucking. I spent years on tour not fucking. Now that should be.
Yeah, but they don't tell you. Nobody says not to fuck.
Yeah, if you're so committed to a holy purpose, if you're living a monk-like life, no, I ain't got time for titties. I gotta save this world.
That is moronic.
You don't think Jesus could have been a figure like this, though? That he was singularly devoted to this one thing? What? I don't know what's happening to your arm there.
Giant dick. Jesus was.
See, the people are gonna love that one. That's gonna be good with the Jesus crowd.
They appreciate.
Yeah,
the
if
fact
you just say anything positive about JC, they're like, "Well, that's good."
At least you didn't say he had a baby, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. She went and told those who had been with him and who were mourning and weeping. When they heard that Jesus was alive and that she had seen him, they did not believe it. Afterward, Jesus appeared in a different form to 2 of them while they were walking in the country. These returned and reported it to the rest, but they did not believe them either. Later, Jesus appeared to the 11 as they were eating. He rebuked them for their lack of faith and their stubborn refusal to believe those who had seen him after he had risen. This is dumb.
It's like trying to give some receipts, right? Isn't that interesting?
What do you mean receipts?
Oh, sorry. I use that so much. Like, it's like saying, the gospel ended with the tomb being empty and the women being afraid, not telling anyone. So we don't know if the body was just stolen. We don't know. We don't know. That's a weird ending there.
Right, but and when was it that he's like, and another thing, I'll be right back? When does that show up? Is that this?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
it?
yeah, a little bit, yeah.
It's the tacked on part. Is where he's like, oh no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I feel like he did it in John too, though, right? John, he like ate with them, and he's like, hand me that fish. Hey, you want to finger my hole? Like remember in John?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like even more tactile, like touching and feeling. Like Jesus obviously came back. So I mean, but isn't it such a cooler ending if like an angel or some dude with a really great skin care routine is just like, no, he ain't here, and then everyone runs away scared. Like again,
it's a better ending.
Better ending. Like Bart Ehrman's like, think about it. In that book, the only one that knows he's God is the fucking dude that pierced his side. The centurion soldier that pierced his side is the only one that knew he was God. That's fucking cool. What a weird. Like, there needs to be books written from that soldier's standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he wakes up that morning, he's trying to figure out, why is everyone just killing? I'm just trying to keep peace amongst these fucking, blah, 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 blah. And right when you stab it in, there's like the temple fucking rips, and you're like, surely this is the son. That's a Martin Scorsese film right there.
Or a cool little short.
That'd be badass. Badass.
He said to them, go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation. Whoever believes and is baptized will be saved, but whoever does not believe will be condemned. And these signs will accompany those who believe. In my name they will drive out demons. They will speak in new tongues. They will pick up snakes with their hands. Oh my God. And when they drink deadly poison, it will not hurt them at all.
Inerrant.
They will place their hands on sick people, and they will get well. After the Lord Jesus had spoken to them, he was taken up into heaven, and he sat at the right hand of God. The disciples went out and preached everywhere, and the Lord worked with them and confirmed his word by the signs that accompanied it. It's a shitty ending. Nobody would fucking sign up for that ending.
Well, I mean,
would get just like,
if it's real, it'd be pretty rad to be able to cast out demons and like heal sick people.
If it was real, if it's real,
well, right?
It's in italics.
It's crazy. Well, that's in the Bible. So when you see those old people getting taken advantage of, and they go up on stage and on like the TBNs and whatnot, pink-haired lady, and they're like, in the name of Jesus, and they heal them. They believe it because they read it here first.
Yeah,
fucking poor bastards. Like,
it's like it hurts my soul.
And that's why it's like, why can't religion be so much more complex? Like, why can't we discard? Why can't humans, in religious circles, discard the shitty parts of this book and just call them shitty?
Yeah.
Why, otherwise, why? Okay, why isn't Pastor Joe at the Presbyterian church down the street like holding up fucking cobras every week, talking about like
you can do it. Look, says right here.
Says it right the fuck there.
Drink some poison. You're good.
Yeah.
I got you.
You know what?
Yeah,
we're gonna. You know what's rad? We've done something kind of secret to y'all for this week's communion. We've put cyanide in the wine. We're going to find out which one of you motherfuckers believes.
We've replaced your normal chalice with poison.
If you are a real Christian, don't worry. If you're not,
you might taste something a little different in your blood of Christ this week.
Dude, for real. That's fucking...
We've replaced your normal wafer with asbestos.
You've done what?
Too late. Oh, look at there.
I know. I think
okay, I'm asking. Dude. I'm asking. No, because I'm asking. I'm going to ask somebody.
We love you, whoever it is, though. We appreciate you listening. But like it's right here. And growing up a Bible believing, evangelical, I've played on TBN. It was always not strange when I got to these passages. I believed this shit.
Yeah,
that's how weird it is. Like one time I was on a walk by myself because there's a Bible verse that says, "If you have enough faith, you can say to these mountains, be moved to this sea." And up in Washington, there's this really cool mountain. Mount Rainier is out there. It's on like Sioux Creek Trail out in Kent by myself.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And I was like, I'm like 12, 11, 12, like trying to
I can do this. You loser.
Because I really did. I did like, I know, because how strange is this? Like,
strange as fuck.
Strange.
Yeah.
That's the Bible. That's the earliest account of the crucifixion of Jesus.
Yeah, way better if they just leave that last part off, man.
And I
really don't dig the part where, Mary was there. She's fucking crazy. That bitch was crazy.
Yeah, it's a bummer. 7 demons, that's a lot.
Is it?
I would think one demon's a lot. So 7, maybe
Really?
I'm just being a pussy. I don't know. Maybe because a legion is like 10,000, right?
A legion of demons?
Yeah.
Well, legion is a. I thought
it's a number.
Legion is
just like a unit of like a military unit, and like I believe they put that to 10,000. We should. We're gonna Riverside. The only thing we can't do is Google.
How many
there we
is
go.
A legion?
What, 3,000 to 6,000? Perfect. There we go.
Say that again. Fuck you.
It said a division of the Roman army, which was 3,000 to 6,000.
Yeah. It's not very many.
That's a lot of demons. That's more than 7.
That'd be a lot of demons. Sure. Well, she didn't say. It doesn't say.
No. There's a rad encounter Jesus has with this dude that's like demon possessed, and when he's like, "Who are you?" It's like, "We are legion, for we are many."
No, I am legion, for we are many.
Yeah.
That's Satan says that.
No, it's fucking. That's 3,000 to 6,000 demons inside this dude. Like it's sent into all the pigs.
I think
that's
who says I am legion, for we are many.
If I could Google it, find it. It's in the beginning of this book.
I can Google.
I'm just gonna fucking leopard cleanse. Call of Matthew. Parables of wineskin. Parable of soil.
My name is Legion, for we are many.
Yeah. Does it say Mark or Matthew?
In studying Mark 5, I ran across another scriptural blah, 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 blah.
Dude.
I always thought the story of the man possessed by a legion of spirits ended for the first time. And Jesus was teaching.
Here we go. Ready? Then they came to the other side of the sea, to the country of Gardenus. And when he had come out of the boat, immediately there met a man out of the tombs, a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwellings among the tombs. No one could bind him, not even with chains, because he had often been bound with shekels and chains, and the chains had been pulled apart by him, and the shekels broken in pieces. Neither could he anyone tame him. Let's see. And then Jesus from afar.
Keep reading.
Okay.
What the Mark what?
Mark 5. I'm at 5:5. And always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying out and cutting himself with stones. When he saw Jesus from afar, he ran and worshipped him. And he cried out with a loud voice and said, "What have I to do with you, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I implore you, by God, that you do not torment me." For he said to him, "Come out of the man, unclean spirit." Then he asked him, "What is your name?" And he answered, saying, "My name is Legion, for we are many."
Oh, that's not actually. Yeah. Okay. Great. And he just saw
rad.
Yeah. Well, so he's a crazy person.
Or he's possessed by a fucking 3,000 demons.
Yeah. I always thought that was like the devil was talking.
No,
Doesn't sound like
I'm in this. I'm balls deep in this devil book right now of like what Dan recommended, and it is like just the same like that video you sent me about how God, over time changes.
Oh yeah,
and like how there's not really one version of a God. Yeah, it's the same thing with the devil. It's like, and if you read Job, you kind of get this because the devil, Satan, or a character named the Satan. It's like
El Satan.
Yeah, that's the fucking best. That's the best band name of all time. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah. Anyway, that's he right. Is like some type of like lawyer or something. That's like prosecutor against the human race. He's up there talking shit about humans.
Yeah.
And that so. It evolves. I don't even know how we got here because you said that El Satan thing.
Yeah, sorry. No, we're just you were talking about a legion of spirits, and I was like, no, that's the devil. And you're like, it is not. I'm like, it is too. And so here we are.
Yeah.
Gospelstudy.us, helping to simplify the gospel.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe what we think the gospel says.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we should start. That's what kind of.
No, that is what we're doing. Yeah, well,
is it?
I just try to talk about it because I don't think you or me are smart enough to say what it says.
What it means. What's that?
I've read this. I've probably read this about 400 times, maybe.
How about some perspective then?
No perspective. This is when you get down in here, you're gonna realize how it gets even dumber, man. It's so.
I don't have to
murky waters, dude.
It doesn't take me 200 passes to realize how dumb it is, though. But I do appreciate that you insist on immersing yourself to just see if you can find any.
Well, there's so many good things in here. It's just as strange. It's a weird device. But judge not lest you be judged. That's the shit. The golden rule. That's the shit.
That didn't start here.
No, but it doesn't mean it's not a massive cornerstone of all of the
how many times does it say that in the Bible?
All the time. Yeah, there's.
First of all, we can't.
What now? When's the last time? What?
When was the last time we read it?
They're very small passages of Jesus. If we want to read like the Sermon on the Mount, that shit. I think there's a lot of that shit that rules. I think you would too.
When was the last time we read someone said, "Do unto others as you'd have them to do unto you"?
I'm not. What point are you trying to make? Because
you said that the golden rule is all over this manuscript.
Sure.
And we haven't read it. I don't.
It's in like 3 of the Gospels, right? That's 3 of the 4 books about Jesus. We
haven't read it yet.
That's 75%.
We've read the Gospels. I haven't heard it.
You're trying to say something that I agree with. That's why we're having a thing here. Most of the Bible is bullshit, and there's a lot of bad things in here.
No. Okay.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That is true. Yes.
So what I'm saying is there's great little tiny tidbits that help my life, and it's very easy for me to detach that from the dogmas of the morons and just apply it to my day. The story of Job is stupid if you think that's fucking real. If you think God is like, hey, go fuck that guy up to see if he likes me more. But the rhetorical end, how Job gets through this shit is by not talking shit. And Duncan Trussell said this once, and that's kind of fun. So next time you want to have road rage, try being calm and keeping your stuff together and being grateful that fucking you're even here in that traffic late to work, and see how your fucking day is after that. It'll be better. I guarantee it'll be better than being like, cocksucker motherfucker, just screaming out the window with a middle finger.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. See, isn't that? We can agree on that there's good portions of the Bible, right?
That's whatever. I think as a whole.
No, this is the same thing about remember last week with Jesus walking on water or not? We got to say, there's some good parts of the Bible. There's probably great parts of the Quran.
Yeah, but again, dude, no one's read them.
No, I think people read them. They usually only read those. They just don't act them out. But you're pretty right. But like if we were going to church, I bet we hear like the do unto others as you would have done to yourself.
Yeah, you get the fucking high notes, but you don't get the part where Mary Magdalene had seven demons in her.
This is true.
You don't get the part where like
no, you gotta come here for that.
where they give Peter shit for hanging out and being a bro.
Yeah.
It's like they got this spin all over everything. Yeah. They're just trying to like, and so it's like, has it done more harm than good?
Ooh,
that's why unfortunately that's the question. That's the question. Well, that's the question I have for you is that, and anyone is like, it can't just be, well, I think my religion is this. It's like, has the manuscript done more harm than good? Yes or no?
Oh man.
I mean, and maybe that's an unfair question. Maybe there's so much to the answer. But
yeah, because right. It's
where
complex,
I land is that it's like organized religion is divisive, and until
at its core,
foundationally, systemically, and they're more concerned with being a religion than the actual what spirituality and like a governing body of spirituality, like that's not what organized religion. Can't be rigid. Spirituality is not rigid.
Yeah, but see, it's just like the handling snakes thing. Some people take other parts of the Bible that says you have to be rigid, and they're like, no, this is the most important one. And so it's like what you're saying is it's to build your point. It's like maybe we're all too dumb to read this book or something because it's just divisive. Maybe we did need like
it's not the only divisive religious manuscript.
No.
Apparently they're not all that way, but like they tend to have that. And I can't speak to the content of even this religious manuscript because it's the first time I've I just was brainwashed with the cherry picking from a young age. So it's like I'm not pretending to be like this is what the Quran says, but so I don't pretend. That's not what I'm saying, but I do.
It's fucking so hard. That's why we're here again. Because no one gets it. It is strange for people with faith to have real conversations about it, because most people with their faith they go to their church on a Sunday and they talk to the same people and they all believe the same shit. Yeah. So putting any side of this thing to some scrutiny is foreign to most people. So they don't get these stories. They don't like the semen demons don't happen. They don't they don't happen when they need to, because again, like if we want to believe the Westboro Baptist Church, let's say they're totally right, like then you can drink fucking poison.
Yeah.
Like you
fucking drink some poison.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
You can
imagine the TikToks, the views you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Can you fucking do the top? What is that? The Tide Pod challenge. 850.
Did you know about that shit?
Yeah, I like the TikToks. I use it.
No. The pods. Like
yeah.
When we went to buy detergent for the kid to take up to college, those things are behind plexiglass. They're not. They're none of them on the shelf. You can't just buy them off the shelf. You have to like get carded.
Fuck.
Because apparently kids are too stupid not to eat those things.
Fucking Idiocracy became a documentary.
Dude.
That's so weird.
Hey, you know what? I really like reading about Jesus getting nailed up on a cross.
It has been. I've really enjoyed the last couple of weeks. It is strange because this is the meat and potatoes of the things we're talking shit about. The organized, these are the verses they hover around. This sermon, this gets read once a year around Easter in every church.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Go preach the word.
Again, the story I think is really cool, and every time I read it, I can find different cool things about it in you can apply. but not in any sense of the word that would, organize a bunch of people under one thing, stealing their money. Like it's
right.
not that. Right. It's just like
where in here does it say we're going to need your money? We're going to be needing your money, folks. Jesus, the risen Lord, needs your ducats. Where does it say that? Anywhere. Where does it say that?
Jesus is so anti-money. Yeah. It was annoying. I tried to get into it 100 times, like 50 episodes ago. I have so many notes in my phone on verses on money and what Jesus says was the root of all evil.
That's his quote.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's fucking. You cannot have two gods, so you cannot serve money and God. It's one
that's
or
why
the
I
other.
choose. That's why I choose money. I'll deal with God when we get there. Okay. Until I can put $1 in my hand. All right. You show me a piece of Jesus.
That's funny. That's why money scared me. I would always give it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should give all our money away, Leif. You know what? How about this? Why don't you give me all your money?
That was a long time ago, brother.
I'll hold on to it for you.
Yeah, no. What's going to be the ROI? What percentage are you getting on that?
I'll invest.
You need a loan?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Microloan.
I've learned.
What do you want?
I've learned things. I read the Book of Satan too. See,
Right.
that should also be a part of our church.
Okay.
Before I know we got to go, but because that helps. That helped me a lot.
Fuck.
And again, one of my friends, Jonah, was like, "You're too nice.
Yeah.
People are going to take advantage of you. You need to read this book." And it really did help, strangely.
Yeah.
So maybe there has to, I don't know, we'll figure that out when we have more time.
Sort that shit out.
Yeah. We'll say goodbye to them, and then I got to,
That's good times.
Good times. Love you all.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Reverend Redding. Beautiful,
Thank you,
beautiful
Brother
man.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.